everyone. It's Friday. Welcome to the West Ham Irons channel. I've got 4 of my esteemed guests today, and perhaps 1 or 2 will join later on. It's transfer window day. Deadline day looms on us. It's Monday. Hopefully, it's going to be an exciting
Friday.
weekend.
What are you talking about, guys? It's Friday.
No. I mean, it's Friday today, but transfer deadline day is looming on us. I mean, hopefully, the weekend's going to be hotting up. No fixtures, obviously, in the league, so we'll be glued to our phones and computers and seeing what comes through.
Yeah.
Before we get down to who I believe we are set to sign, as the headline says on the program, it's a good evening to Mitchell. How you doing, mate?
I'm good. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. So, have you had your nice dinner? Nicely settled now?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Nice day at work and all good. You're not Moyes out anymore, are you?
That was quite, last Saturday I went mad on Twitter, didn't I? And it's good to see all my friends are still my friends. They all came out woodwork. How you doing? Haven't heard from a lot of them in many years. Always a good way to hear from them. But yeah, it's good, mate. It's good. I was just, frustrated with obviously some of the results we've had since Christmas, and looking at the table, even Wolves can overtake us with the games in hand. And a little bit was about the Tottenham comeback at Leicester. You know what I think about them. That hurt me a lot. And it's just that, we just seem to be slightly losing that little bit of edge we had on some of the big boys below us, really. So,
we turned around, I think, didn't we?
Hopefully, mate.
And signings will help it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll get into that. Good evening, Mike. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very good, bro. How are you? You good? You've been ranting Moyes out, which is entertaining, if nothing else, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's Friday night. Now, I know he's going to be on the BBC Talk About the 2 guys that are on the thumbnail. Yeah. What who are they? You've got Coletta Khan. What's the name of the other one?
Mike. Hugo.e.
Right. In every picture of him, my problem with him is in every picture of him, he looks like a League One reserve, doesn't he? That shirt he's wearing just looks like Swindon Town's one from 3 years ago. Looks like some scrawny kid who plays for Swindon's B team. That is not a shirt on a player we should be buying. He might be a great player, but not in that shirt. Anyway, that's my only beef with him. Anyway, we'll move on. I've started already. Sorry.
Brilliant. That's the way to start, a good level. Good evening, Ian. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. All fed and watered, and very optimistic of absolutely nothing. So it's all going to go downhill from here.
Looks good. And if no one has noticed, Ian is slowly starting his own channel, and I think 1 or 2 shows have gone out. So, Ian, if you want to blog that a little bit, mate, and then we'll definitely do a bit more going forward in our shows.
It's the Bearded Hammer. I've got some good ideas coming out and trying to keep some regular content coming, but it's everything West Ham. So it's what we all love. Well, and sometimes hate, but...
And Ian, would you also introduce your new microphone to everyone, please?
Yes, this is the new microphone. I haven't got a name for it yet, so if you've got any suggestions, and
Brian,
it's Brian the microphone.
Yeah,
First
Brian,
first serve. It is Brian.
Brian's related to my one, John. Yeah, they're both related.
That's my dad. That's my dad's name.
Well, there you go. In honour of Mitch's dad, even better.
Yeah.
Brian and the Beard. That's what you want. It's almost a folk band, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Brian and the Beard. We're going to sing a song about the Hammers.
Yeah, so I'll see if I can come up with a couple of tunes and put them out on Spotify or something.
Sounds good. Last but not least, we have the Anvil. James, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
Not too bad. What time is it where you are?
Tea time, clearly.
No, 2:10.
Oh, is it?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Canada. Mountain time.
Oh, yeah. I remember you saying
Yeah.
It's not really East or West Coast. Is it more closer to West Coast in a way? Or
It's considered Western Canada. But it's not got a coastline.
Not bad. Chat room's warming up. Good friend James. James, calling us gorgeous folks. Thank you for that, sir.
Right, you see my cock?
Oh my God!
I was going to say save that till after 9, but it's about time, isn't it?
Oh my
Sorry.
God!
Take
right.
2.
Brilliant. Right.
So let me put it away.
Let's not flaff about, lads. Straight in there. Hugo Ikitike. I believe, unless anyone else has got a different slant on that.
That's good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah,
that's not bad, is it? Right, 2 signings hotting up, and I believe, obviously, up to now, there wasn't much news coming out, but there's only so often you can keep news underground. But as soon as you start to make maneuvers in terms of making bids, perhaps, or speaking to agents, it's going to come out one way or another, really, through various avenues, really. And I believe that Hugo, there was a lot of things. I think James Anvil, you were showing me little things about saying bye to people and a lot of things in France hotting up in the morning.
Well, yeah, I've actually had evidence of it. I screen recorded a little bit of evidence and sent it to the group chat. What I said was, ex-West Ham United employee followed this bloke on Twitter today. And when you go onto, and if I actually get it up, Etikite's Twitter account, it's not verified or anything, but it says here, 1 year ago when the adventure with Velia B started, which is a Danish club, and then they've got French people saying, you have had the chance to be able to appreciate you. Thank you for that. Good luck on your way. We'll follow your career with pride. What a guy you are. Thank you, Hugo. I'm assuming that's Danish for thank you, Hugo.
And, what is he, Danish, yeah?
No, French.
No, it's French.
Oh. French, but I think he might be part Danish.
I think that particular fan, perhaps his message was in Danish, I think, if I remember. Yeah.
So,
hi, Mandy. Yeah, you're right.
You guys a book out?
A book?
I love that. That's funny.
Brilliant.
And that is ultimately the issue we've got with this player, isn't it? He's called Hugo. We can't. Something like I don't know if you've ever been to. You probably haven't, right? But maybe Jazz has, to an outdoor event. But I was at a posh country fair about 3 or 4 years ago, and obviously I'm from an estate in Lewisham, so I can't help but take the piss a bit. And there are these loads and loads of people in tweed, posh people in tweed, milling around. I couldn't help it. I just suddenly shouted out, "Hugo!" and literally half the people turned around. It's such a Ponzi name. Do you know what I mean? I mean, how can we have a player called Hugo?
It's a Waitrose name.
Yeah. I like Waitrose. Waitrose are right.
Yeah, Jazz, you would go to Waitrose. You are the Waitrose West Ham fan on the planet, mate.
I've got 2 where I live. three. I've got 3, I think. Yeah.
It says it all.
Oh, I went to High Wycombe stage, Jazz. Fair enough. It's near you, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. I could have met you in quite quick time, actually. Yeah, near Beaconsfield Services, you probably went past. And I think Robert Green lives in next door. I think Beaconsfield, around that way, I think.
He was on the same road as David Seaman, who was delivering a desk, and
Mitchell,
David Seaman and Tom Hardy was on the same road.
Could be. But you probably appreciate how far that was to come home, didn't you? All that way out west, wasn't it?
Well, because I was working at BBC today, and they work in West London, so it wasn't too far. It was about half an hour drive.
Cool. Everyone remembers. Well, Mike, you remember Hugo Porfirio, don't you? That's the one I remember.
I do. No, we're just naming players called Hugo now, aren't we? Go on, think of a third. Yeah. I'll be amazed.
Hugo Rodallega used to play for Wigan.
Amazing, Ian. I am so impressed.
Mitchell, bloody hell.
Jeez, that's minging.
Oh, smell it from here.
Smell that.
Jesus Christ. Right,
go.
The thing is, I mean, if I start with you, Ian, I believe he's going to sign. I watched bit of his footage. He's 6'2", 6'3". He can play in any of those 3 forward line positions. Right-footed can play up front. Any of those 3 positions up front. Pace, strength, very raw. Sets a few goals up, scores a few. 25 million. I'm just wondering.
It says he's worth 6 million on there.
No,
if I'm honest, I think
that's in dollars.
They've said 25 million, haven't they? 30 million euros. I think it's a big ask for someone that's so unproven. I think it's a big risk to take. If it pays off, fantastic. But I think he'll do very well in the Premier League too. I don't think he'll see much first team football. I think.
First of all, before I carry on, my esteemed guest Steve, how you doing, sir? You all right?
Evening, boys. Yeah, not too bad. Sorry I'm a bit late, Jazz, but took a while eating my Chinese, mate.
Hi, Steve, mate. How are you? You all right?
Oh, I fancy
Chinese. Yeah, all right, brother. All right, everyone.
I had some music lined up for you.
Yeah, go on. What was it then? Go on. yeah, good one.
What
good
is
one.
that shit?
Oh, please.
Only joking.
I'll get you for that one, Jazz, mate.
Yeah. Ian, I'm going to ask you one question and then I'll pass it on to everyone else. Does this look like, once again, we've not been able to get any of our first targets? Or do you really believe he was one of our targets and David tells everyone, we're not going to do anything till the last 5 days and start looking and making bids now? What do you think, mate?
I think it's something to try and placate the fan base, if I'm honest. I don't think there's any real legs in it, especially for the price of it. And I think it's one that is, if it is going to happen, it's a knee-jerk reaction just to try and get someone through the door. So
what do you think we've been doing up to this point in the whole month and December as well, thinking about it?
Fingering our arsehole, I think, if I'm honest.
Over and over again. Wow.
Yeah, just they seem to enjoy the pleasure of it, but it's not. Sorry,
even better.
I don't know. If I'm honest, my opinion is we've got, obviously, from the end of the summer transfer window. How long have we got? A number of months. All our business should be done early. We should be sort of tucked up in bed by now. Yet we've still got no one and being linked with 100 players. It's just a bit ridiculous, if you ask me.
Yeah, James, I'll come to you at the end. Mike, what do you think? What do you think we've been doing up to this point? And do you think he was one of the top people? Or are we just running around trying to, again, just see who's out there and throw a few darts and see where it lands?
I think it's a total smokescreen. I don't think we've got any real interest in him at all. I don't think we're going to buy anyone in this window. Ian's bang on. I think this is. I can't see him playing. I just can't see him coming in, and he would have to come in and just do so well in training and force his way into the team. He's just like, and there's a part of me who really wants to believe in it. Do you remember when we nearly bought that guy? What's he? Went to Leicester for Fana, and we decided not to buy him because he wasn't proven. Then he turned up at Leicester and was great. I mean, he looks like a real player. I know he's got a bad injury now, but wow, I thought he looked like the business when he rocked up there. And I thought, oh, we should have got him, but then we were never going to get someone that inexperienced for that much money. Are we really going to change that now? Do you see what I mean? Because this is the same thing, but in striker position.
When you say you don't think we're going to sign anyone, I mean, what's the reasoning behind that? It's been over a year since Haller left. We can see the issue, and I'm pretty surprised how we're still hanging in there. I think the players, I've heard, are losing a bit of feeling in terms of ambition and things. So, Mike, I mean,
Jazz, mate, the thing is, if we were going to sign a striker, we would have done it by now. If we would have had, they've had a year. Everyone goes, and we've had a year since decided that. Yeah, and you would have thought the minute that window opens, oh, here comes Billy Big Bollocks, the new striker, week 1. Do you know what I mean? Because he's going to take a bit of acclimatizing or whatever, and you're like, no, we didn't do that. No, we waited until most of the players that we're rumoured to be interested in are off either AFCON or playing for Chile in South America. Do you know what I mean? So they're not going to turn up now because they're not even in the right continent. So I can't see how any of this is going to happen. We could have done it. We could have.
Well,
if there are players we could have looked at and maybe have had a bid of and got. It should have happened in the summer is when it should have happened, and we all know that. But the thing that annoys me is it's such an opportunity lost because When you're in, look at that situation you got at Spurs, and we all love laughing at Spurs. They were going to buy Traore, yeah, and they got gazumped by Barcelona, and yet that happens when you're not in Europe. That's what happens when you get gazumped by big. This was our chance to be a team round about the top. We were in Europe from last season. We're still in the European place at the moment. That's when you go big. That's when you strengthen the team and you spend some money. Not when you're fighting relegation like Newcastle are doing, because who wants to go there and get relegated?
You're buying on, mate.
This was our chance. This and last summer was our chance to do it. Because I tell you what, we're going to finish 7th or 8th, and we'll be in the position Spurs are in now. This was our chance.
I agree with that, Mitchell. No strikers come in through the door. What's the reason for that? The biggest reason you think in your mind?
Moyes, and obviously it's come out now that a £50 million bid has been rejected, so there is fucking money on the table, and it does make me actually enraged to hear that. For example, we want to put £25 million on this random kid, could be good, and then we don't want to buy Origi for 10 million, or whatever the fuck it was. We could have bought 2 strikers, you could have bought Origi and another striker. I don't get why he's turning him down because he didn't think enough of him. That really frustrates me.
By the way, can I bring Origi up in this? I'm going off script. Mitch, you might be interested in this. There's a train of thought I've seen on Twitter today that because that we might actually go and get Origi now, that Liverpool weren't going to let him go, but because they're getting that Diaz guy, they will now.
No, it's because Moyes is not interested. That's what X said. Like Moyes just ain't interested in him at all.
Really?
I cannot see why. I cannot see why.
Yeah. I don't get it. Like he wouldn't even have to start for 10 million for fuck's sake.
Exactly.
Makes no sense.
That's what you're going to pay for someone to come in and play in the in a game where you're already 2-0 up.
And I think he would start for us over Donkey Antonio at the minute.
Yeah, can we all just cast our minds back a little bit to when Moyes was Manchester United manager, and they just won the league? He'd taken over from Ferguson. He couldn't attract the players at arguably their biggest point.
Yeah, true.
We're not as big as they were then.
Fellaini.
That's the only player they could sign, and they overpaid for him. And now he's at West Ham, and
that might not have been his fault. That might not be his fault.
I think we're in the same boat now. I don't think players want to come and play for him. I don't know why, because he's working wonders with us, but I don't think he attracts the big players.
I don't think so. I just think like he just don't. He's not interested in the players, and I think it's the same thing with the Coletta Car thing. Like if we bid £50 million for striker, which X has confirmed it to be true, then there's obviously a reasoning behind Moyes, because it's not happened before. It didn't happen with Pellegrini. We signed players with Pellegrini. All the time, Moyes has left it to last minute to get the best deal. It's happened again with Coletta Car, and now it's happened again this window. Like I don't get it. Obviously, we'll come into Coletta Car in a bit, but why we look like we could be signing this kid for 25 million doesn't look like the best deal. It makes no sense. Like it could be good, but it's just such a risky signing, in my opinion.
I don't understand it. I mean, Steve, you've always stuck to your guns and said, what I first want to find out about, Steve, is the window's going to close on Monday. Do you think we're going to sign anyone, mate?
No.
Okay.
Get your answer. Maybe, like Mitchell just mentioned, it might be Coletta Car comes here and Diop goes to Newcastle. But who's going to be fucking happy with that? I'm not, for one.
I would be.
Yeah, but
I tell you, Mitchell will drive Diop to Newcastle.
No, what I'm trying to say, Mike, what I'm trying to say is that going to be, at least we got one in. We couldn't get the striker, but we've got your top defender and got rid of the shit one.
Yeah, if you say that, then yeah. But no, I do think we will sign 2 players. I think.
And this young kid, what's the quote on him? 25 million.
Yeah.
Like Jazz, when you messaged me earlier on, he's only a kid, and his record. How's he going to be playing in the first team? Come on.
It's only 21 games he's played. That's unreal, isn't it?
And someone brought it up today.
It makes no sense. Like Moyes' transfer business is absolutely shocking in terms of delaying and even just choosing right players. We signed Vlasic for 34 million when Ings was sold a week or two before that for 8 million or whatever it was, and we could have got Ings cheaper. I mean, imagine him at our club now.
Would this kid go cheaper in the summer Is it a case that maybe we might be interested in, but wait for the summer and get him
But
on?
no,
It
no.
could be more. It could be more.
I'm not going to listen to any of this we're going to do in the summer because
No more
don't
wait
do
till
it-
the summer. That's all we use. Wait till the summer. wait till the
No, we
summer.
don't do anything in the summer.
we don't do anything in
either.
the summer.
No, 2 months go past, and again comes to last 4 days. So all that thing, January's not a good time to buy. When they say that, I don't believe them anymore. No.
And you know what, Jazz? I heard Mike say about. I'll tell you what. If we don't get a fucking striker, I'll tell you what, Mike and the and boys, we can end up as low as fucking 10th. The season of promise goes tits up shit. Yeah.
Could even be worse than mate. To be
I
honest,
got a load of shit for saying that on Twitter the other week. But now everyone's agreeing with me.
I'm off Twitter. Fucking Twitter, idiot. That shit.
I tell you what.
Say it as it is, mate. Ian, say it as it is, mate. Fuck 'em.
I tell you what.
Say it is, but as soon as you start saying Moyes out, I don't know, it gets a bit silly for me.
I'm not
Jazz,
Moyes as a step too far.
me and Jazz were having a conversation about Moyes the other day, and I did agree with him. If he's going to be like this all the time, he could have took us as far as he can, mate. In my opinion,
I would have not been upset if Jarrod had come into our club. I said it just out there. I said if he'd come in at this moment, I think it's a nice transition period for the next level up. Because I know when you need to use something and get rid of it. That's just me, and I'm the one who wanted him in the most. But that's just me.
I don't know, mate. That's a whole other discussion anyway. We'll talk about transfers tonight.
Right, this guy, 21 games. Well, I just realised now, 2 sendings off and 2 yellow cards. Does anyone want him in now?
That don't bother me, to be honest.
Little bit of fire in his belly.
I like that, to be fair. If he's got a bit of fire, yeah, it's not. Like, to be honest, I think he could be a decent signing, but it's all about could. I think there's much safer and better options. But look, if we did sign him and collect a car, I still would be happy because at least we've got 2 players for the door, the main 2 priorities. But yeah, for me, it's just unnecessary risk, which I don't think we need to take. But I think he could do well for us. I do like the look of him, and he's very young.
I think,
but I still think the price is a bit steep, though.
Yeah, I think James Anvil, the issue for me would be that if you want someone of this experience and caliber, you definitely want a more experienced guy in, because I don't want this guy to have to hit the ground running with the pressure of all of that. You want him to bed him in slowly and not be the only other alternative to Antonio, I think. What do you think, mate?
Yeah.
Drop in the deep end. If he's got the bollocks, he seems like a player.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I was gonna say.
that has got the bollocks to just have a go for it.
That's what I was going to say. I was just going to say, if you want to be... No, it's all right, man. I'll just elaborate on it. It's a risk worth taking because I think Moyes needs to actually get some balls about him and take more risks with his transfers. Yeah, okay, I understand that he's all about the right players, this, that, and the other. But the thing with looking for the right players, it drags on too long and we end up losing targets. I said it in a video on my channel. And he needs to actually be a proactive guy, not a reactive guy. I mean, if we get in Caleta-Car and then get rid of Diop, that's okay by me because we've at least got a good replacement in. And that's what
I'd get rid of Diop full stop because I wouldn't want any excuses for him to start. I'd rather start Alessio Baptiste and a 13-year-old academy player than him, to be honest.
I'll get rid of him, yeah.
Yeah, but my point is we need to get someone in as replacement.
So what do you think James have been doing up to this point in the whole window in December?
I don't know, actually. I don't even know what we've been doing.
It's weird, isn't it, mate? Really weird.
It's not weird. It's not right. It's not right at all. It's just like Rob Newman. When he came into the club, we were all excited because we said, okay, we've got this experienced director of football and who's been at one of the top clubs in Europe. And yet, where's he been for like the last 2 months? I ain't heard a word from him.
Mike, who would you want in as a striker, mate? If you had to bring one person in, who would you bring in?
Make it realistic? You mean
no, like just that who's available within the price brackets we could perhaps afford. I mean, who would you go for?
Really, if you just saying like who's playing now that I'd go and get Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
No, but someone who realistically you could you would play for a joiner. We can't afford. I don't think we can afford him. Yeah.
No, we can't. But sorry, that's what I meant by realistic. At the moment, I'd go and get Divock Origi. I've always liked Divock Origi. I don't think he is a brilliant player, but let's put it this way.
Alongside Zuma. When did he play alongside Zuma?
Yeah, Mandy, they haven't played together. Yeah, they haven't played together.
You what? Are we talking?
It doesn't matter if
strikers?
he's played alongside Zuma. Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
Mike, carry on.
don't-
Sorry, carry on, Mike. Yeah.
We're talking about strikers, yeah?
Yeah, strikers are someone that's within. Hopefully, would be able to afford, and he would.
Do you know what?
come to us,
I think his 50 million bid was for Jonathan David. That's who I think it was for. I might be completely wrong, but that's what I suspect it's for. The reason I think we should go and get Divock Origi now is because we could have both of them then after we get Jonathan David in the summer. Antonio, don't forget, can play down the right or left as well. And Antonio is brilliant coming off the bench. He's a real game changer when he comes off the bench. He terrifies defenders, especially if they're a bit. And at the moment, we want nothing coming off the bench to change it up. We need a bit of inspiration. Imagine you had Antonio to haul on. He could play left, right, or through the middle and terrify him. Yeah, he would be really effective. He's really effective to go over the bench. I'm not saying we should drop Antonio wherever, or we could rotate them round or do what you want. But at the moment, when we walk out on that pitch, the opposition know exactly what team we're going to play and know exactly what shape we're going to play because we haven't got any other options. Now, we need to have some options. And if we had Origi, and then we say we went and got Jonathan David in the summer, and we had Antonio, that's when you're cruising. That is when you're cruising, yeah?
I agree.
And that's why I think he would solve that short-term thing and be a long-term solution. He's still only 26. So for this window, that's who I think we should go and buy. I think there are better strikers. Don't get me wrong. I think but he is a good striker. He is a Premier
we need more
League
players in the squad.
proven Premier League striker, isn't he?
Yeah. What about you, Steve? I think you wanted Cabral in, didn't you, mate? You thought he was quite.
Yeah, that's gone. He's going to Fiorentina. But have you boys seen that ridiculous reports tonight about Rafinha of Leeds? That's bollocks.
I know, it's hilarious, isn't it?
That's hilarious.
But you know what's silly though? We should be looking at players like him. I think he's perfect for us. He'd be perfect.
He'd love our system.
He's ideal. You're right, Mitch. He's brilliant. I mean, he'd be brilliant.
We're all talking about it, but teams like Aston Villa would be targeting those kind of players and quality players, and we're laughing about it, and we shouldn't be laughing about it because these are the players and better that we should be targeting. I know, obviously, it's a silly rumour because of how Moyes does his business, and he doesn't like targeting top players for whatever fucking reason, but he likes to find hidden gems, I think, Moyes, and that's fair enough because obviously you can pick them up for cheaper. But yeah, I would have loved it if we actually had a bit of ambition about us and actually went for someone like Rafinha.
Yeah, because Villa, I think they're trying to bid 20 million for another player. They bought.
Yeah, they are. Rodrigo Benacer.
Yeah, they bought Callum Chambers in. Newcastle got that guy in Brazil tied up 35 million. Two more coming.
Guimaraes.
Yeah. Ian, which one would you wanted over the line this month, mate? That would have been a possibility.
I really don't know why we don't go and pay £20 million to get Mitrovic through the door.
Oh God!
Put him in the box.
I don't know about that.
Put him on the penalty spot. The amount of crosses
that
come in.
want to sell him right now.
Yeah, you offer them 20 million quid, they'll bite your arm.
No, they're in a promotion push.
Doesn't matter.
Should have got him in the summer.
It does matter to them.
I think there's better options.
Yeah, I do think there's better options, but I think he's a reasonable option that would be available.
He's a total donkey. He's always been rubbish in the Premier League. He's a good championship striker, but he's not about. I'm quicker than he is. Honestly, and we need pace there, not.
We need someone to stay in a striker that stays in the box and doesn't drift out wide.
Yeah, right.
We do, but to be honest, any striker besides Antonio does do that.
Ian Wright did all right by standing on the penalty spot all his career, didn't he?
Yeah, but he wasn't a lumbering lump of wood, was he? Do you know what I mean? That the ball hit and goes in.
It's 4-4-2, wasn't it? Yeah, the two were always up with each other. Mitchell, which striker did you want in, mate?
I think Jonathan David, if we had a bit of ambition about us, I know obviously a lot of top European clubs would be in for him. Cabral, I don't know about. I wouldn't have minded Cabral, to be fair. Better than Diaz, risky one that we keep being linked to. For me, Origi. Then I would have. To be honest, I think in terms of money, obviously think about money wise, I would have liked us to sign maybe Lojek, not as a guaranteed star, but someone who's just in the squad and could come up in a squad possibly. Origi and Kaleta-Kar, because I think if we got those three, the budget would be the same as what we would. And the thing is, that would cost the same amount as Etike, whatever the fuck his name is, and Kaleta-Kar together.
Hugo.
And Kaleta-Kar. And that, to me, that's clever business. If you've got two decent strikers in, one of them's proven, one of them could be a good player in the future, and then collect a car instead of this kid who's done it for one season.
Makes sense to me. Totally agree.
It does make sense. I don't get it. I really don't get what he's thinking behind this.
No, no.
There's a report, Joe. There's a report in the last hour. We're trying to get the collect a car and a striker from Marseille on loan. Two of them. I can't remember the geezer's name now. Does anyone know his name?
Bamba Dieng, is it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Marseille's in a bad financial crisis, so
I'd love Bamba Dieng and Bamba in those two players. I'd love Bamba at the team. At West Ham in the summer.
Bambi and all. I don't know what his stats are.
Kamara.
No, Jonathan, the winger. He's a winger.
Jonathan Bamba. Yeah, I've heard
Jonathan Bamba. Yeah, he's a left winger for Marseille.
Oh, is he?
No, is he? Oh shit!
He plays for Lille.
I think he plays for Monaco. No, is Lille. Sorry, you're right.
Also. Yeah.
So I'm talking about my ass. No, I would like him.
Interesting.
Rapid player.
I was looking at
Jonathan Davies. Jonathan Davies not going nowhere since they're in the Champions League. Not this season.
He'll go. Yeah, he'll go to top club in the summer. I reckon.
He played last night for Canada.
I thought that £50 million bid is for El Nesri, Monaco. Is he at Monaco? That guy?
What?
El Nesri.
No, he's at Seville.
Oh yeah. I think it's for him.
Yeah. I don't know about El Nesri. He's all right, but I don't know. He's another one where I think a lot of money for something that's just he's good, but there's better money can be spent elsewhere, in my opinion.
Right. Does anyone know when the transfer window came in? I was just having a look earlier on when that was first introduced. The window as we know it today.
I was reading something about it the other day. It was when was it? It was in the 90s, was it?
Was it?
I think so. Because before that it was you could pretty much
do
do
late
transfers whenever you liked.
or early 2000s, one of the two.
Yeah. Anyone know? Then I'll let you guys know.
I want to go 97.
2002.
Bang on.
Was it?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
2002.
Yeah, because before that, me and Steve definitely knew it used to be buy whenever you can, and the window used to be
the old days.
Steve, was it March?
I never knew that.
Yeah, you could buy anyone throughout
the season, wasn't it?
Until was it middle of March, mate? The window closed middle of March. Yeah. Middle of March.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. And Julian Dix was bought on the last day in '87. Liam Brady.
Fucking hell, you'd been like 50 then, wouldn't you?
48, cheeky.
Oh, 48, so.
It's a secret 62, aren't you, Jeff? Really?
John, I think Tommy McQueen was bought in the 88 deadline day, Steve. Tommy McQueen. I think he came in deadline day.
He was shit, wasn't he? He was crap, another one.
I don't know.
Same as Mick McGivern and Keith Coleman, mate. That's like them two. Proper dog shit, mate.
I think Coleman was homegrown, mate. I thought.
Keith Coleman. No, he was a northerner, wasn't he, Keith Coleman? He was from up north. Sunderland way, I think.
Must be.
Do you remember, Jazz, you remember Anton Tulakowski? Remember him?
That's before me, but I do know he's around 82, I think. 82.
Yeah. From South England.
It's like, there's a few names I didn't see, but I knew they're around. Like, there was the under 21, the FA Cup youth winner captain who broke his leg really badly up to Park, didn't he? Avalarondo, was it something like that?
Larondi, yeah. Everard, wasn't it? Everard.
I don't want to put people off their lunch, but he was 17, 18, 19, and
that's right.
The people who were at that game, they heard 2-3 cracks in the really bad leg break. He never played again. 18, 19.
Fuck.
Yeah, youth, FA Cup winning youth. Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
he would have been better. He would have been better without Ferdinand.
Did you ever see him in the youth games? That guy.
He would have been better. Can I just say something else? What, especially everyone knows Rio Ferdinand. What's you lads' opinion of him keep slagging us off all the fucking time?
A little bit of banter on Twitter the other day as well with Anton, didn't he, about West Ham and that wound me up.
But he's always having a dig at us lately, Ferdinand.
He can go fuck himself. He pretends he likes the club, and then he says he wants Rice to come to Man United.
Yeah. I think he's clarified himself, which is good. Which I wanted. He's kind of said that he's Man United through and through now.
He loves them, doesn't he? He loves them.
He said he thanks West Ham for the chance, and he'll have a soft spot but United takes precedent. all his kids sport Man United, and Anton said all my kids sport West Ham. I sport West Ham. So
See, Anton's
Love
got the right
Anton.
idea.
bit of a divide there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Rio takes up the arse for Man United, but then tries to suck us off.
It's when you
That's
see
one educated way of putting it, Mitch. Thank you there.
Yeah. And then we're just putting our cock away.
You've been reading Shakespeare again.
I've actually, I've studied him recently, yeah. What a man.
Anyway.
By the way, I did ring up the BBC for you today, Mike, for you to be the next Doctor Who. So I'm in negotiations and I'll be your manager, right?
Okay,
That's
mate,
me
you're my
sorted.
agent.
I'll be your companion.
Yeah,
when you get to Christmas,
the Tourette's guy. Right. That'd be one of the best Doctor Who's ever. That would be. Hark, I do see an alien. I'll fucking have him. Brilliant. That'd be so funny.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, Coletta Carr, James Anvil, is it going to be done? What do you think, mate? Things are hotting up on this now.
I'll only see it when he's in a West Ham shirt and it's confirmed on the club's official account. But
He looks like Vlasic to me after a few Burger King Whoppers. I was saying.
Well, they both are Croatian, so
he does, doesn't he?
and taller as well.
yeah. I mean,
Ian, are you getting beard envy? Look at that handsome man.
Well, a little. He's a little bit more well kept than I am. Let's put it that way.
well, with Coletta Carr,
you just let me know. Do you think it'll happen, or do you want him, or you don't want him?
I do want him, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I mean, the only one thing that I clutch at straws at is the fact that Moyes tends to do his business, if there is going to be any, around this time of the window anyway. And that's what I'm clutching onto. But we need him.
Mike, all the footage I've seen of him, he's predominantly left-footed. Sorry, right?
Right-footed. But he plays on the left side though.
Left side,
defensive partnership, and for Croatia, I think.
Yeah, he
can play on either foot, can't he? He can play. He can pass with his left foot. He's a left-sided centre back. I remember him in the Euro. Every time I've seen him, I've been really impressed. He's a unit. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's pretty quick. He's good in the air. He can pass. And he's got a real physical presence, unlike Bambi, who was playing there.
Yeah.
And you think about it, him and Zuma, that is a really nice, tasty centre back partnership, isn't it?
The only thing is, how much pace have both of them got together, Zuma and him?
Zuma's quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
But Zuma's always in the right
very
place.
good over
slow. He's not bad.
A long
he's
stride.
Not slow. Zuma's quick though.
Yeah, Mike. The thing, good kind of centre backs like Moore and John Terry. They don't need a lot of pace because they're always in the right place, aren't they? Right position. Not like our other two centre backs always off
They've
position.
got
They're running. Always.
Have you seen the breaking news on the telly, lads? Have you seen the breaking news about Fat Frank?
Right.
Seen it?
Yeah, he's not going to Everton, is he?
Frank Lampard's going to be Everton manager, I reckon.
They're going
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I would actually be the maddest thing ever if Everton did get relegated, though.
Yeah, with him in charge as well.
I really, really hope Newcastle get relegated. I have everything this season, besides from West Ham, obviously doing well.
I'd
really hope. I'd love it if they get relegated.
I'll tell you what would be great if Burnley stay up after they did the Chris Wood thing on them, right? And they go down. That would just be brilliant, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that just be priceless? I'd love that.
There were just some teams
and then the Saudis just go, fuck it, we're selling the club again.
I think one certainty. I think Watford's definitely going to go down. Oh shit, Watford are definitely going to go.
It's great that it's sacked Ranieri. They should never have sacked the manager. The first had the manager who got.
How many managers they had? How many managers they had in 10 years? They've had a few, haven't they?
14,
15, I think, wasn't it, or 14?
Yeah.
Was it 15?
Hang on, it's just turned 9:40, so they've probably got a new one.
It's Wilson already.
Yeah.
Ian, about Coletta Carr, I heard he's not been a regular this season. Anyone know, or you know why? What's the reason for that?
I've not seen any reasoning for it. That was one of my concerns with it. He seems to. When you look at his stats through previous seasons, he doesn't seem to finish a full season. He's one of those. He plays sort of 20 games a season, and for a couple of years ago, I'd have said, yeah, that's a perfect fit for us. Sort of after season on the pitch, after season on the medical
Injury.
table.
Yeah.
But I think we need to get past that. If he's got medical issues, even if he does look like a sort of a good player, I think we need to maybe put him out to pasture and leave him in the French league and get someone who's fit and can play 38 games a season.
But that's why we're pushing for a loan deal, isn't it? So Steve, a loan deal, that would make more sense, wouldn't it, mate?
It would do. You know, Golden Sullivan's favourite words, loans, anyway, isn't it? Bankers. Isn't it? It is like that's their favourite word, isn't it? Loan.
But they think they can get some interest on it. So
yeah.
That's what's concerning.
You know, you said earlier, Calvert-Lewin was a bollock story, but when you say what you see, they can afford to fucking get a marquee sign it for 60. They've got money, them cunts. They've got money. They've got money,
don't beat around the bush,
money. No, but you know, they're cunts, aren't they, at the end of the day, isn't it?
Steve's been hanging out too much with Mitch, isn't he?
No, but it's true. What's the most they've ever spent? What's the most they've ever spent on a player? Was it 45 for Haller? Was it?
I think so.
Yeah.
And that even we're still paying for him now. That was in stages, wasn't it? It wasn't even in one hit.
Yeah, we got reported to UEFA by Frankfurt, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, they've got money. They could pay 60 million for a player. Easy.
Again, centre back, James. Which one would you have over the line this month, mate?
Killer Akar or Attila Szalai. That simple, really. Both are solid. Attila Szalai plays for Fenerbahce.
Oh yeah, the Hungarian international. Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, right. He is.
Yeah.
He's on the radar of a few clubs.
That means he ain't definitely coming to West Ham, then.
Yeah.
What about you, Mitchell? Which centre back for you, mate?
It's
I
a deal.
don't really like look
It's
at
a deal.
Yeah, to get shot more like, fuck's sake.
It's a deal.
Yeah, I do. To be honest, I do like the look at Kaleta. Every time I've seen him, especially in Euros, I think he looks very good. I think he's got a very good combative ability, and I think he'd suit the Premier League really well. I think obviously the French league's played very different. It's more pass and counter-attacking football, which maybe does struggle with. But obviously, I haven't seen enough of him to say that. But in terms of, I think his physical presence, I think he would suit the Premier League quite well. Obviously, there is a slight worry about the 3 appearances, but I still think for 15 million or 17 million, which it looks like to be, I think for me it's a no-brainer because I think he's still young as well, and I do think we'll get him because, as you say, like he's not starting regularly for Marseille, and if they are in a financial crisis, I think they will just go, you know what, fuck it, loan him, and then obligation to buy or option to buy at the end of the season, because I think if they are crying out for the money, and it does get to a stage where they do need to get rid of him, I do think he'll end up at West Ham this transfer window. And I'm not usually hopeful with Moyes, but I do think it will come through the door. And I would be happy. I think he would do all right for us. Yeah.
What about you? Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, they better be coming in, because if they don't, then oh god, we've got to move quick now.
Do you know what though, Jazz? Yeah. Jazz, you know what? Jazz, do you remember that year, a few years back, when we couldn't get a striker? We played Ian Pearce up front. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember that.
Ian Pearce was a defender.
Oh, Ian Pearce. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we had no striker, and they played him up front. You never know; they might get Kaleta Car, 6'4", and stick him up top.
Ian done all right, didn't he? He's a bit of a
Piercy, he done all right, I bet.
Yeah, he looks like our good friend, doesn't he? West Ham way, mate, doesn't he? When you think about it, Ian Pearce.
Yeah.
My mate Bob's saying all Newcastle buys must have get-out clauses. Maybe.
Well, according to my enemy, my nemesis, Hugh Southern, you know the story about that, Jazz. I won't go into it now. Apparently, according to him, we ain't getting fuck all. That's what he reckons. But he's a prick, so what does he know? You know?
Might not be all that far off. Mike, centre back for you. Which one do you like, mate?
Do you know? I think there was a 2-week period in the spring of 2002 when Marseille were not in financial crisis. Call me a dreamer, but like they just seem to be a team that are always in financial crisis. I'll take Kaleta Car. I'm cool with that. I think he'd be as. I mean, to be fair, I think Mitch has said it. He is kind of ideal for that money. He's a unit. He's always good when I've seen him play. And then it is slightly concerning he hasn't started that many games. We don't know what the reason is for that. I mean, what's his name? Digney wasn't playing for Everton at all, was he? When he went to Villa, and he's a really good player. And because he'd fallen out with the manager, and you might have something like that, the manager didn't fancy him for some reason. I mean, Lingard wasn't playing for Man United when he came here, was he? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're not a good player or they won't do a job for you.
What about Palace, who are close to getting Van den Beek on loan? I mean, Dutch
I don't care about that. I don't think he'd suit our system, to be honest. The way we play,
he wouldn't, would he? He wouldn't fit in.
I think he's the right player, maybe in the right squad player, but I don't think he's a good fit for us. But
he's a good attacking, like a high pressing number 10 is what he is, and we've got about 3 of them. So I can't really see the point of us getting him. But I think he's a good player. But yeah, we don't need him, or it wouldn't fit our system as well. I agree with you.
I think we play a similar system to Man United as well, in terms of like trying to sit back a bit more and hit on the counter. I just don't. And obviously Van der Beek just don't suit their system at all. And I think he's similar to ours.
Yeah.
And out of all the midfielders we could sign, he would definitely not be on our list for me. I'm glad we're not interested in him, to be honest. But Bruno Guimaraes of Newcastle, that looks to be signing. I think that's a very, very good buy from them. Very good buy.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, James is gone.
Yeah.
Nice, mate. I've got to leave in 5 minutes, Jazz.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll close up.
Soon as well.
Yeah, we'll close up now, really. So just quickly go around and apparently we spent 74 million in the summer. 3 million came in. Break even the year before. 119 million before that. 50 came in. So it looks like money has been spent. Mitchell, who's coming in, mate? What's your gut feeling?
I actually do think the 2 players will come in. I think Moyes, the way he's talking about it, it does seem like 2 players will come in. We know he likes to do his business late. So I'm actually hopeful, even though it's been a very bad window. I did say at the start, we do need 3 to 4 signings. And I saw a tweet yesterday, which infuriated me. And it was, I think West Ham on game day tweeted it. So why is everyone all panicking now? They said that in the first half of the season, we've coped without having 2 strikers, and we could easily cope with the second half of the season without 2 strikers. And I thought, are you fucking kidding me? It's not about coping; it's about progressing. I don't hear all this bollocks. Honestly, negative-minded people think like that, thinking, "Oh, you should be happy with the position we are in now." Honestly, it infuriates me. I say, "Oh, we don't need the players," and it's all bollocks. Anyway. Enough about that. I do think 2 strikers come through, and I do think the 2 players we talked about will come through. To be honest,
we've got 37 points. We probably won't go down.
Yeah,
looking at the bright side.
Mate, you know what? Some people actually think like that, and that's what infuriates me, because there are people out there that think like
that. Ian, what's coming in, mate? And is it enough?
No, I think Mike hit on nail on the head earlier on. I don't think there's anything. I think it's just sort of all mirrors and smoke, just to keep the fan base happy at the moment. I think all hell's going to break loose after Monday.
We're better otherwise.
So it should as well. So it should.
Steve, what's coming in, mate? And is it going to be enough?
Fuck all, mate.
Is that enough?
Although the only thing that might happen is to collect a car and Diop to Newcastle, and on the striker front, you'll get all that bollocks about we tried again. You've been trying for 2 years, you mugs, mugging everyone off again.
Right, no. that was a bit of East End bollocks. Mike, what about you, mate?
Steve, if we don't buy anyone, get me the job as Doctor Who. I'll go back in time.
I'm telling you, all jokes aside. Again. All jokes aside, you'd be a great Doctor Who, mate. Definitely, mate. Definitely.
A West Ham Doctor Who, yeah.
Brilliant, wouldn't it?
Brilliant. I want to thank all of you for your time. I know you all want to go away. Just want one more thing to go before we close is, don't forget this, starting this Monday, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be there all day till probably midnight, half an hour break at 5. And hopefully all of you will join me at some time. And hopefully we'll get something over the line, perhaps late Sunday, or perhaps a medical booked in for Monday. And
Phil Jones.
We'll see.
No, like Phil Jones, mate.
I'll take him.
Hey?
I'll take him.
Yeah.
Fuck off. That's it. End the stream. Get us out of here now. I've heard it all. Get us out of here.
Alexis Sanchez, ARLD.
Oh, no.
ARLD.
On that note, good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night.
Good night. God bless.